Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Very welcome to everyone who has joined the webinar. We shall wait for a few minutes to let others join the session. Okay, we shall begin our session. So, first of all, thank you for everyone who joined the webinar. Thank you for your valuable time. I hope this session would be helpful for you to know about the Zoho Flow and its insights. So, before beginning, we would like to run a poll so that we can get on a information about the Zoho Flow basics. So along with me, Danny is with me. He's a designer at Spikra. So Danny, can you just run the poll?
Yeah, sure, Shwet.
Yeah. So the poll we are viewing is related to what is Zoho Flow. So it's just a census question that how many of you know about the Zoho Flow and what does it do. So based on the result, most of you have voted for the project management tool, and only few have voted to automation tool. Okay, okay. So for the members who have voted for automation tool are correct, whereas those who have voted for other answers, we would like to explain what is the Zoho Flow is all about. So yeah, let's start with the session. I will share my screen. Okay. For today's webinar, we are going to have a grateful insight about the Zoho Flow and along with the use case to see how Zoho CRM data can be helpful and we can just push it into the Google Sheets using the Zoho Flow. So today we are going to explore about the what is Zoho Flow and what are the basics that we should know about the Zoho Flow to be work on or to be have insights about it, and then we would look into the difference between the Zoho Flow and the N8N, which I hope you all aware of. It's also an automation tool, and also after that we can have a demo about the how to integrate the CRM and Google Sheets, and then I will be giving a enhancement for the Zoho Flow along with the decision and time delays, and then we can have a Q&A session. So begin with the Zoho Flow. Zoho Flow is like an powerful automation no-code platform where it is designed to connect different applications and automate workflows across the business processes. But it creates a seamless integration like between apps and your third-party integrations. So Flow is basically an automation platform that connects you with different applications which of your own ERP systems or also majorly with the Zoho environment. And Zoho Flow's main goal is to help with the business automations and optimize workflows by connecting with the applications and reducing the manual workflows or manual processes. And with the Zoho Flow automations, you can achieve a lot of accuracy that mostly the human make mistakes during the manual processes. And with the Zoho Flow, it becomes more helpful for the developers to build any kind of automations which was majorly needed for a business organization. So for say like as business perspective, I would like to mention few points that Zoho Flow can boost your operational efficiency by automating the daily routine task like repetitive tasks, and then using your own ERP systems or any kind of third party systems that you are working with in your organization can be easily automated with the Zoho Flow, and which enables you to collaborate by like your internal teams and having a quicker execution of your automations. And as for the developer's perspective, I can say that Zoho Flow is basically an modern technology where you can just simply drag and drop your builder and drag and drop a few cards that helps you to automate the integration for your repetitive tasks. And yeah, so yeah, Zoho Flow also does allows you to integrate more than 300 uh, plus apps which you will find helpful for any kind of application which you feel may have missed out. Yeah, and so yeah, let's go to the Zoho Flow basics. So basically the Zoho Flow is all about the combination of triggers and action. We all know that uh, for an process we have to trigger it any kind of way, and then we have to give it the action what it have to be done. So the main purpose of Zoho Flow, as we can say, it's to automate the repetitive task and connect the business application to work efficiently. And instead of manually updating the information or transferring the data between apps, Zoho Flow automates these actions through triggers and action cards, which we will see in shorter time. So, and then yeah. Okay, so there are various type of trigger points in Zoho Flow which are available. So triggers are basically the events that starts the workflow. So for example, if a new lead is created in your CRM system, then you might think you need to make a notification for the owner or a notification for even as a customer to notify them you have been taken care by our organization and all. So here I would explain if brief about the each trigger points in the available in the Zoho Flow. So first one is the app trigger point. So app trigger points are whenever an event occurs in an app. So app is basically all the applications which we have working in a daily basis. And then comes the schedule trigger point, which is basically an time trigger where you can set up a individual or a specific time whichever you need to be run upon. For say you might need to run execution every Thursday or every Friday along with the timing as well. And then the webhook trigger point, which is a trigger when where a URL has been triggered from another application. So whenever a process is done within the other application, the trigger point can be included over here in the Zoho Flow. And then comes the URL where it polls a URL periodically and triggers the flow when new data is found. And the email is the simplest one where a template enables the email triggers to parse incoming emails and extract variables from them. And as for the RSS or autumn feed, it's like a real simple syndication where it triggers whenever an item is posted in the specified RSS feed. And then the subflow, which is the building trigger point for the Zoho flow, where you can create another flow based on which this main flow can be triggered upon. And then comes the action is basically the action cards that steps that we think to create upon the automation workflows. So for say creating a contact in uh, books or a CRM, you can then send a message over the Slack. And so here as an example in that diagram you can see new form entry is created in the Zoho forms, and then a lead is created based on the data uh, get in the forms, and then we can raise a ticket in the Zoho desk over here, and then we can notify the concerned persons with the Slack messages. So these each individual cards are called as an action cards. Yeah, and just for a few use cases, what can be achieved with the Zoho Flow? Uh, few examples, I can say that task creation and project automation. So, like automatically, whenever you want to create new task in Zoho projects or Zoho Desk, or any kind of your own applications with the management tool, you can ensure your follow-ups and work assignments happen efficiently. So you can like trigger your daily task reminders or notify your emails to your employee members in your organization as well. And then another example is HR onboarding automation, where the triggers of onboarding the employees, it triggers the in like in IT industry and all. It helps the new employees to be record created and then collecting the necessary fields from the new joinees and all. So here the Zoho Flow will be helpful as well. And then the notifications for key business events, like receiving the instant notification in your Gmails or in your team's ERP systems and all. Or yeah, whenever you are running a campaign or a survey, there it can be a major helpful thing. And then the automated invoices, where whenever you're dealing with a deal and marking it as a winning option, and then the Zoho Flow can assist you to automatically generate and sends an invoice using the uh, action cards and all. And then the lead capturing and qualification. So most of the CRM systems need to like enrich the data and all, where you need to just recognize all the data from the websites or e-commerce stores, like streamlining and all. So mostly reducing the manual process to overgo and check each time with the lead information. You can automate the process and make it as a uh, efficient process. So it can be useful. And like this, there are much more of the use cases available. So yeah, up next, I would like to show and say that there's a difference between the Zoho Flow and an N810. So I guess most of you would have recognized the N810, which is an automation tool, and it's being trend upon the social platforms and all. So here the both Zoho Flow and N810s are like both workflow automation platforms, but they differ significantly in the like ideal use cases and all. So for the Zoho Flow is best for a business and teams that want to make easy deployments of their automations or making easy setups. Whereas N810 is a superior for complex automations or mostly approached by developers and all. So whoever needs uh, full control over the each automation and steps in it, or like they want to make advanced steps to be follows and all. Yeah, and so also if you able to view the user interfaces between them, you can find the Zoho Flow is much easier, and drag and drop, like with the drag and drop feature, it can be much simpler and all. And then with the connectivity and all, Zoho Flow is making easier connections within quicker actions. Whereas in N810, if you care for to make a new connection with any action cards, you need to authorize this in the multi-level of approaches. As for the major uh, pros of Zoho Flow, I can say that it is user-friendly interface, and it is having a pre-built integrations. And yeah, so to sum up the point, the major difference between the Flow and N810 is Zoho Flow is a no-code automation platform focused majorly on the business users. So it is most suitable for the Zoho One environment, whereas N810 is an open source, highly flexible automation tool, which is designed specifically for the technical users who need the ability to create complex or custom workflows with advanced logics and codings and all. Yeah. So yeah, so it's time to get in the action. So here we can get in the demo with the Zoho Flow. So yeah, Zoho Flow to integrate the CRM data and push up on the Zoho Sheets updations. So first let's log in into the Zoho Flow. You just need to type flow.zoho.com. Here I would show each steps one by one, how to create a flow and how to integrate those steps. So here you need to click on a create flow button where you just name it anything. I will name as CRM2 sheets, and then you can select a workspace folder. Here I have a default folder as my flows, and the description is optional. I can type as any new deal from CRM, send it to sheets, create. So after creating, here is where I was talking about the trigger points. Yeah. So here you can see the 7 trigger types of the Zoho Flow, which I mentioned briefly. For today's session, we are going to use with the app trigger. So app trigger is the one which useful for the whenever an event occurs in an application, it gets triggered upon. So I just click on configure, and then you can able to see multiple applications which are available in the Zoho Flow. So whatever application you would like to search upon, you can just have a look on this. So for now, we are going to take with the Zoho CRM. Yeah. So I click on it and then I click on the next. So also the most basic trigger for this app trigger is to select which action point have to be done whenever whenever a entry is created in any kind of model in the CRM, or any new contact is created or new deal is created. So they have specifically mentioned what kind of action point you need to be done. So for now I basically going with the base option to create entry whenever entry is created in the CRM, and I selected, and then I'm going to click on next. So here we need to create a connection with the our CRM account. So I do have already created, but to show you how to be created, I click on the new, and then you can name it as my CRM connection, and you can also specify which model have to be accessed and all. For now I can give all triggers and actions, and then I give on the authorize. So when I clicking on the authorize, it goes to ask me which account you need to access and which sandbox account or overall development account and all. After that I can click on submit, and I can give the accept option. So after acceptance, okay, so if yeah, so here's I facing a null issue something, but usually it happens in the original account. For now we are using a demo account over here. So here I am going to go with my usual connection, which is pre-created, and then I am going to select on a module. So in CRM, module is basically all the uh, sections, tab sections that you look into the CRM module. For now, I'm going to select with the deals, and we can go good to go with the done option. But before going clicking on done option, you can also select for the filter criteria. So filter criteria are basically whenever you need a condition to be prioritized before an action is triggered and all. For now, we don't have any kind of criteria. We can move with the default filters. So I'm going to click on done, and it's created a action card over here for me with the trigger point. So yeah, here this is a, flow builder basically in the Zoho Flow, where you can just drag and drop the action cards from here and select whichever options you would care for. So here we are going with the Google Sheet, which is showing here, and then we can select the option create row. But before creating a row over here, we have to create a new sheet in the Google account, Google Sheets. So first I will create a new sheet. So basically a deal needs a few fields over here. I can say deal name and then account or amount, selected product, and the deal owner of course, and then owner. Yeah, I think that's enough for now. So yeah, I can rename it with the CRM deals updates, daily updates. Okay, yeah. So I do have created a new sheet. So I just going to give a create row option. So I just drag and drop it over here. So here also, like creating a new connection, we have to give it as a new options and then create the creation. So here I have used my Google account, which is already connected, and then it shows I have to give a spreadsheet ID. So spreadsheet ID is nothing but an ID in your URL with the spreadsheet data. So here I'm going to just copy it and then paste over here. So when I click on search, it shows the field column of names that I have created just now. So once the column names are synchronized, I can just directly give the field names from the CRM record. So the trigger point we have created, it shows the data inputs which got from the trigger point action. So here, whatever the field I want, I can just click on the field. It can directly goes into the field bar. So I just uh, set up all the fields. Product and deal. Yes. So once set up, I just give on the done. Yeah. So this is the basic one and is the simplest one. I just created a trigger point and then I created a action card. So here setup is done. So we just need to make the flow activate. To activate the flow, we just click on the on button. So when it's in the on state, it means it is in active state. So if now in my CRM, whenever I create a deal or whenever a deal is got created, automatically a row is going to be uploaded over here by itself with the help of Zoho Flow. So now I'm going to create a new deal. So this is a deal module. I am going to give a create deal option. Here the mandatory fields are deal name. So I can give this Syed CRM data to sheet deal name. Closing date as default today. Account name I can select like Spikra test, and then for the product I can select vending machine. Yeah. If anything else is mandatory, I guess. Yeah, amount. So for amount, I can give 34,000. Yeah. So then, yeah, I can simply just give on the save. So now the deal is created. We can check on the flow. Does it transfer the data to the sheets or not? So you can check on the logs by clicking on the history. So the time is 4:28. Just now the deal is getting transferred to the Google Sheet over here, which is status having the completed. So let's check on the Google Sheet. Yeah. So here you can see the data have been transferred with the sheets. So I give the deal name as Syed CRM data to sheet test, yeah. And then the account with the Spikra, and then the amount 34,000, and then the product, and then the deal owner. So all data have been synchronized by itself with the help of Zoho Flow. So this is the simplest use case on how automation is being done with the Zoho Flow. So you can also have a lot of action cards over here with the multiple applications available in the Zoho Flow. All right. So move on to the next part. Yeah, as I say, we do also enhance these automations with the help of decision cards and the time delay cards, which is available under the logic section and the flow controls option. So basically, this decision blocks helps you to make allow create smart workflows that can be split route processes like conditional statements in the coding logics. So based on like customer values or variables like input data, the system status and all, enabling it to the making multiple decisions and all. And with the help of time delays, you can particularly use you can schedule the follow-ups like sending the reminders after an action card is done with the 30 minutes of delay or 1 hour of delay, or even with a day of a delay. So it can be possible with the help of time delay options in the Zoho Flow. So you can create a buffer period with the workflows and all, and to ensure the action cards occur with the right moments without the manual interruptions. So by combining the decision logic with the delays, you can adapt to a situation where you don't need to be waiting for a customer response before proceeding, or executing different action during the business hours in general times and all. So here's an example of how the decision cards can be helpful. So here you can see whenever an entry is created in the CRM, we can check for the decision that if it's somehow facing an error because of the network lag, or the data is unprocessed, or we can set the decision whatever we would like. And then I just simply, if it's facing an error, I can simply add a log in the CRM notes. If the data is successful, I can just add a delay between it and then send email to the customer. So for say if a deal is created in my CRM, I can check for the deal creation, and after 3 hours, I can send the email to the customer saying, "Hi, dear customer, welcome to our organization for choosing our organization, and we will be contacting you soon enough," like that. So this is a basic example of the decision cards and the delay cards, which can be helpful for making a automation more useful and efficient. Yeah. So as for with this, we have come to end of our session. If you guys have any kind of question, you can just post it in the chat right now. We would happy to help you with my Q&A session. So I will be waiting for a few minutes. If anyone have any kind of questions, please let us know.